Well, once more, we have St. Paul. I love St. Paul. St. Paul is a straight shooter. I think that works especially, don't you think, in Texas? He's a straight shooter. He shoots from the hip. I understand that to mean he talks turkey. Oh, these idioms and metaphors. He speaks his truth and let the consequences fall where they may. And in his speaking of the truth, he was talking here today about because you're baptized and you have the graces of God in you, that you are to be a good example. And of course, he talks particularly about older men and mature women, giving good example as elders to those who come after them, those who are younger. But the point is, too, that the younger people are to pick up from good example what it is to be, well, like the gospel says, do what you're supposed to do. We all have obligations. There are rules that we live by. There are house rules, perhaps, and chores that we have to do at home. Your parents have certain responsibilities and able to provide means of living, having a home or having food on the table, being able to send you to a Catholic school, being able to do whatever it is that we're supposed to do, whether it's Catholics or Christians, or it's U.S. citizens, or members of any committee or team that you might be on, certainly in a parish. We have all responsibility to give good example. And those of you, of course, who are getting a Catholic education in a Catholic school, like anybody, I'd like to think, public school or private school, we're supposed to be learning virtue, give good example. Because, you know, you're reflecting your parents wherever you go, how you talk, how you dress, the language that you use, the responsibilities that you have in seeing to them, doing what you're supposed to do, that reflects back on your parents. So that a lot of times, unjustly so, in the best of families, some children, some teenagers, some adults, some parents, some grandparents go out there and do or say something that reflects on their background, and you wonder what kind of home life they might have, or what's going on that they're so unchristian, let's say. So it all stems from the family, and don't forget that you're in a Catholic school in a Catholic parish where that good example is supposed to be given. And it's a good example of a value system: faith, faithfulness, hope, joy, certainly love. Leo the Great, I think we might have found him interesting. If any of you are into superheroes out there, and I wish I could list them, but my grandnieces and grandnephews, I don't get to talk to them very much, and their parents are in their 40s and are beyond that. So my connection with superheroes, there used to be Superman, Batman, The Fly. Oh no, that was a horror movie. Anyway, there were different who had capes and they could fly and they could do anything, and it was wonderful. Well, there were two people that clashed, superheroes. One was Pope Leo the Great, and the other was, depending on how you look on him, is Attila the Hun. Attila the Hun was like Conan the Barbarian. Oh, I remembered someone. He was someone who was the leader of the Huns, the Hungarian people, and he did some good, if you read some history about him, and then things not so good. Like in any war or battle, you get in there and people get hurt. People are killed in battles, and their money's taken, and their belongings are taken, and there's all kinds of things that happen in war. Terrible thing. And Attila the Hun, this is in the 4th century, a long time ago, the Roman Empire, as far as the Caesars go, was going out of existence. Christianity was growing, and in Leo's time, the Pope became the head of what had been the Roman Empire. And Attila comes along, and there's a great battle that is going to take place between Attila the Hun and the Romans, and they're afraid that Rome is going to be sacked. People murdered, the city burned. And so Pope Leo was feisty. He was really assertive. I mean, he went out there. He was very brave. and he took himself out to talk to Attila the Hun about don't invade, offering him some money, which was eventually paid to turn around and go back. But there's a legend that says that this great apparition appeared as Leo and Attila the Hun were talking, and the apostles, St. Peter and St. Paul, appeared over the two of them, looking at Attila the Hun with a bit of a glare in their eyes, some anger with these fiery swords, and he took it to mean that he would be in trouble if he tried to avoid Rome. So he turned around and went back, and Rome was saved. It's just more of those situations where you have to be brave and courageous no matter what in the face of the barbarians or those who don't have a value system that's based in Christianity, let's say in this particular case, and how Pope Leo was a great shepherd and a pastor and defended his community. Going from that, I just want to speak to the faculty here, and you can pass that on to those faculty members who are not here. It has come to my attention that there is on a school Facebook some celebrations over Biden being elected president. That's your business. You can do that in your own realm. But please remember, and this is my role to say this, and you want to go to court about this, that's your prerogative. You want to have a fisticuffs fight about it, I don't do that. I'm just going to take a stand and let the pieces fall where they may. You are not to celebrate the fact that this pro-abortionist is close to being the President of the United States. He is a pro-abortionist. The Catholic Church is anti-abortion. I presume that you are not discussing in the classroom the situation of abortion that goes against what the Catholic Church teaches. I presume you are doing that. I have to let you know, any more postings about celebrating Biden, who is a pro-abortionist and not a good Catholic at all, in name only, well, I have to do my duty and protect the faith and protect these children, and I suggest to you that there would be jobs in jeopardy. Now that's my stand. That's my Leo the Great. And I'm willing to get into the foray of this. You want to celebrate something about this man who is without value, and you don't like it? Well, that's your problem. This is my pulpit and my parish and my church, and I am going to bespeak what the church teaches. Let the pieces fall where they may. And so, boys and girls, we are in for quite a time if this man is actually declared the President of the United States, along with his Vice President, whose name I won't even pronounce, who is grossly anti-Catholic. So, if you're going to celebrate the fact that that person is close to being president, don't do it on our time. End of discussion.